Hi guys, it's Belle here and welcome back for day 25 of hashtag Creep on June 24. Only 5 days to go, guys. Feeling the sads. Anyway, so today, after yesterday's chaotic, rambly, kind of all over the place video, I'm filming this before that one even goes up, so I don't even know what the comments and everything will be like. But today we're going to go back to a bit of ephemera. And I know I said I wasn't doing ephemera anymore, but I wanted to have a go at this. So I got sent this from my tag partner for the June hashtag, for the June Oak House Journals tag swap. I've got videos up. You can go check those out. And Lorraine sent me this, which I really like the idea of, and I want to do a version of that with this kit. So I picked out this tag because I really like this tag, but this is going to be cut in half. Bum, ba, bum. So yes, this is going to be cut in half, and we're going to do that version, my version, using this kit, my take on it. And this is also one of the tags in the kit. I can't remember what day it is. I am going to turn this into a pocket. So I have actually made a tag a bit like this before already in Creep on June. So it's going to have a little hidden pocket in the side there. But that's okay. And we're going to put this on the front of this, like so. We could have two pockets. I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the one pocket, because we've seen me make several different kinds of pockets. And yeah, yesterday's video was slightly chaotic. So we're just going to do this today. And today's one has been kind of inspired by the tag that came alongside one of these bases of the old churchyard. So it's kind of a churchyard theme. Ooh. So I want this on here. Really need to stick this on here properly. And get in that corner. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can trim, but I don't want to trim too much. Like, there's a little bit of overhang there. So let's get my scissors and try and cut that without cutting the opening the bend. Not the bend, the like spine bit. So yeah, yesterday's video, it was fun to make, but oh my goodness, was it slightly chaotic. Or the video you'll see the day before this one, rather. So, but some days are just like that, where you're a bit chaotic. So that's going to go on there. Now, firstly, I need to also cut these off. I think that needs just a smidge trimmed off it too. And this is going to be the upper and bottom part of the tag, similar to what Lorraine put on her tag. Yeah, that's going to go on there. Let's cut these. But you can't just have one hidden pocket. I mean, you can. You're probably going, you really can, Belle. It's okay. It's okay. It's like, no one's going to knock on your craft room door and go, excuse me, ma'am. You, first of all, who are you calling ma'am? Secondly, you cannot have more than one pocket. That's enough now. No one's going to do that. So why am I worried? But yeah. It's not going to be as elaborate as it could be, but I just want to make this. I love when you get sent something in Happy Mail and you think, oh, that's interesting. I haven't exactly done that before. And it'd be fun to do my version of that and see how I can play with it. And that's the point, isn't it? No matter what someone sends you, there's always something that you can get inspired by. Whether it's the technique or the papers or the, like, whatever it is, it's always fun to look at someone else's work and think, oh, now I want to have a go at that. So, I am, as you can see on Lorraine's one, she's got a cut across here, and then this is kind of like a tuck spot. So firstly, I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to roughly think where I might want it. Didn't even measure that, guys. Just did it. So this is going to be my upper tuck spot here. Again, I've done something like this on one of the other tags too, but I did it at the bottom. I can't even remember what day that was. Hold on. Day 11. So that's going to go on there. And I'm actually going to use the bottom part. Now, Lorraine put like some ephemera and things on here to add, which I love. I love all the flower effect, but I don't really have that. So I'm just going to rip this, and that's going to go, and this isn't going to be a hidden tuck spot or anything. It's going to go on the bottom, and hopefully my tag will fit in. Will kind of fit in. Hopefully. We shall see. We shall see how that goes. But we're definitely going to do the top one. Now, I want this to be able to be opened. And this is the bit I haven't quite worked out. Because it needs to be open. So it kind of has to go like that. I could put it on the top. Then that would be bent, but there wouldn't be enough space. Let's move it into the middle. Let's just do it this way. Now I'm going to need a magnet on here, so I need to think about that. Like so. And if you missed yesterday's or didn't sort of watch the whole video, I basically said that for the last few bits of Creep on June, the last week of Creep on June, I just want to have fun doing something a bit different. I have been following all of the ephemera bases. I'm hoping if that burns, yeah. I've been following along with all the ephemera bases allocated to each of the days. And now I just want to play and kind of use up scraps or do something a bit different or make some different kinds of bits of ephemera that are smaller and not specific to the piece of ephemera that day. So not specific to a tag or a coin envelope or anything like that. I just want to play with the bits and pieces a bit differently. So that is why I'm no longer using the bases allocated for specific days, and why you'll be seeing, like yesterday's video, a little bit of different stuff. Yeah, I really was tempted not to put yesterday's video up, but do you know what? I did enjoy the make. That's the thing. I did enjoy it. It was just all a bit chaotic. Right, so that's going to go like that, so that this then flips down, but you should be able to tuck the piece underneath that. Like Lorraine's got a smaller tag, and we will have a tag in ours, so yeah. Realize I've put that magnet maybe slightly too near to the edge because I do feel like I want to stitch. So I need to think about that. I'm thinking that I want to, I think I need to stitch down here and down here, but I can't do that until these are stuck on. That's the thing, because they'll be stitched too. This really, really, really needs a lot more inking on this side. Right. So that's going to go on there. So where's my magnet? There you are. Little dot. Really need to get these met up. That seems to be about right. Put my finger in between. Perfecto. Little bit of washi tape. Do we need a bigger piece of washi tape than this? Yeah, I'm going to get a bigger piece of washi tape because something is going to be going in and out of there. And then I'll stick this down carefully so I don't move the magnet. Again, you would have seen me do this quite a lot. Can't stitch. Do you know what I need to do, guys? I need to stitch down here first, which is making me think I might put this on now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on. And I am going to stitch down this side. And do I need to stitch the whole thing together? Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm going to stitch down this side and stitch down this side. And then I'm going to glue the whole thing together and stitch on these three sides. And then I'm going to stitch all around here. And that way everything will be able to open, but it will still have all the stitched effect. So I'm going to go do that now and I will be back. Okay guys, so as you can see, this has all been stitched around now. And we have our pocket in there with all this awful white space, which I really needed to ink. Why do I always forget about the inside bit? Realistically, why do I do that? I've made enough of these hidden pocket ones now. You think it would stick in my head to make sure that I really, really ink up the inside. But there we go. And then I've also stitched around the front of there. Now this, once it's magnetized, is going to be glued onto there as, oh, I wish I'd used that side. Anyway, it doesn't matter, as a pocket, guys. So we're going to do this. As a pocket. And again, as always, I put it down slowly so that I can feel the pull of the magnets. And once that's down, you can kind of just put it in place and then go in. Ah, look, some hidden writing space. Who knew? What a strange idea. Oh, I like that so much. This corner, I always find the corners are the ones that don't glue as well. I don't know if it's because I just don't put enough glue in the corner there. Right, let's really press those corners down. Okay, now, while that is deciding to stick to itself, the image that I wanted to use inside is this beautiful church one. I wanted this. Now, it's not going to also fit in there and there without some trimming and playing around. I'm going to get rid of a bit more of the sky. We obviously want the top of the steeple. And I'm going to get rid of some of this grass. And I'm thinking let's make sure. Yeah. And I'm also going to just trim a little bit off the sides. I'm going to do both sides. Do I need to? No. Well, I don't need to. Normally I like to even it up with the image, but to be honest, doesn't really need it with this image. Right, that's a little bit tight, so maybe a bit more. Because we can't just put a tag in there. Can we? No. No, we can't. So I'm going to make this a bit of a fold out. I mean, you could put a tag in and it would look like that with the church, which is just so beautiful. But it's me. So I've got some more paper and we're going to do a foldy thing. I think maybe we could do it this way and it would be fine with just this. Just for more writing space. Oh dear. I hope a lot of you are getting inspiration. It seems that a lot of you are enjoying my videos and getting inspiration from them. Yeah, I'm just having so much fun. Just playing around with ideas and exploring the uses of things that I really like. So yeah, again, you've seen me do this on other ones too, but we are going to give ourselves a bit more writing space. I can't make it too thick, so this is quite thin paper because it's obviously got to go in those pockets, which are now stitched and stuck down. And I didn't add any little extra space for them to really have more room to put something in. So let's do this. So this is going to open and then that bit can be torn off. Shall we just rip it? Let's just rip it. And then that could probably go inside actually. Move it over a little bit. That could go in here. And that can go there. There we go, that's much better. And then let's ink. Let's ink it all up. And I should also be able to round the edges, which might make it easier to put it in things, in the pockets. So we shall do that. Haven't used any brown on here, even though I'd normally like to use the black and my brown inks. But let's see if I can round the edges, if it will take all of the different layers in here. Let's use 7. Okay, yeah, it did. Didn't put that in quite right there. Let's just make sure when it opens up. Yes. Okay, great. So we have our church. And we have our tag. And that's going to just go in there. That still needs sticking down. That needs to dry a bit more. That's going to pop in there like so. Which I'm loving. Yes. Let's have more of the church on display. Oh, and then that still flips down for writing space. So much. And then I have this. This is another tag from the kit. I love this tag. It gives me the Paris catacombs kind of vibe. I don't know why. There's not all the paper in there, but it just gives me that vibe. I've already backed it, and this is what is going to, and you can see I've trimmed it off so it's not a tag. This is what's going to pop into there. But I want to make a tab. The word I'm looking for is tab. I want to make a tab, and I'm wondering what I want to stamp the tab out of, because I haven't really picked out any paper for it. So let's have a look in here. I've got the Tim Holtz one, which I do love. It's more green, but we've got the writing on that side. So let's do this. And we can put our tab on. Let's think about what I want to show. Oh, I like that. Hold on. Perfect. So I've just seen on the text on that piece of Tim Holtz, it actually says, guys, look, curiosity, which, well, that's just perfect, isn't it? Because what's in the graveyard? Obviously in the Craftly Hall story, which I haven't been following, I've just been following the idea of Victorian Gothic spiritualism. In the Craftly Hall story, there is the ghost of a reverend. And if you've been following it along, you will know, I think do I want it further down here or further up there? Let's put it further up there. You will know that the story at the end of it does have a link to churches and things. So, and monuments. So, you know, it kind of fits with that. But, yeah. I want that. Oh, I know what else I wanted on here. I had this word. Maybe that word will go up there really well. Right, so this is a Release the Craft in digital. You'll have seen me use these words a lot. I will leave the link to their Etsy down below. But this says Shifting Shadows. But I thought that would work better on here, which actually, looking at it, it does. Where have my scissors gone to? I've left my good scissors over by the sewing machine, as you do. I thought that might go quite well there, which means the tag would have to go somewhere else. So let's put that. Shifting Shadows in the Graveyards. So many beautiful old graves. But again, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You go see them and the old graves, they're so beautiful and grungy. But half their names have rubbed off, and some of them are 150 years old or something, and you just think their family doesn't come to see them anymore. And with people moving as they do these days, you know, people moving around not only a country but around the world, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you used to have family plots, and now, well, you never know where your family's going to end up. So, or what they want to choose to do. So let's put this in here, which it will pop in like so. And we've got the word curiosity. That was such a fluke, guys, but I love it. Okay, so we have a few random things that I wanted to kind of decorate with, including some flowers, because we all know how I love my flowers. I did also want to use the word apparitions. So let's rip this out and get some fabrics and things. Because, yeah. I mean, graveyards are they're so quiet and still. They're often a really, I know it's weird to say, but they're often a really nice space to just go if you want to chill out and read a book and just have some quiet time from the chaos of the world. However, I don't care how nice they are. I don't want to be in them when it gets dark. All right. I'm a very superstitious person, and I know not everyone does, but I kind of believe in the ghosties. And I was just raised that, you know, you be careful where you're standing. I think I want that down there. You be careful where you're standing, which is really hard when lots of the old graves are no longer marked. And you just be respectful. And, yeah. We used to, when I was younger and we lived in a different place, that's where my paternal grandmother's is buried. And we used to go every weekend or every other weekend while we were there. We weren't there for long before moving somewhere else, but we used to go and make sure that we cleaned her grave and laid fresh flowers and all that kind of thing, which was great and it's lovely. But graveyards freak me out. And I was always worried about where I was standing or something like that. So I just stuck to the path. And even then, I mean, you just don't know, do you? You don't know. So I don't know. I'm telling you, this is what comes of being raised with I'm trying to work out if I want to put the flower or not, because when I'm pulling this in and out of the pocket, the flower could get easily ripped, but I feel like I want a flower. We could try a plant. I do have some plants in here, so we could try one of those instead of a flower. But yeah, it was a nice thing to do, to go and spend time with paternal grandmother. Let's use a plant. As I say, people move. I've lived in different countries and moved around and all that kind of thing, so it's really hard. Unless certain family members stay in a certain place, it's very hard now for graves. I know you can pay services and things, can't you, to kind of maintain, but it just makes me sad sometimes, especially the really, really big fancy ones, because you just think, you know, they paid a lot of money, they were important in their day, and now it's just there. But anyway, I'd say let's get off morbid stuff, but we are actually doing a tag that features graveyards, so it's kind of understandable why it's a little bit morbid. I'm trying to look. Do I want some of this? It's got the grey and the green. It kind of picks up the green in the grass where the church is. And it does look like what you would, you know, a shroud, the cheesecloth. So I kind of like it. Let's also bring in some black netting, just because. So let's bring in, you can barely see this black netting, but when you get up close, it just gives you that extra little texture. Yeah, now I like that. So now I need to try and glue all this down. So anyway, yes, so I'm not doing the Craftley Hall specific, but I did want to use this church. I absolutely love this image. It actually reminds me of an old church that I visited once whilst in Wales. It looked very similar. I know a lot of churches look similar, don't they? But this one looked very much like this. And actually, I've got one near me that also looks similar, but the door's kind of to the side. It's not up front on like this. So I do love going and doing photography in graveyards of the old tombs and things. So that goes on like that really nicely. I also pulled out the key. I've backed it with the other one. I used my craft knife, which was interesting. I was thinking the key to the church, is that too big? Like when this opens, I need to think about that, whether it's going to get caught or not. And I also had, oh no, where's it gone to? I had a little red, there it is, little red skull. But I think that's almost too bright. I don't know if I like that. We have got this image. This could almost be the priest and his family, but now I'm not liking that either. We've got this Tim Holtz piece that says, in loving memory of. Do you know what? I don't know if I want anything else up there. I might just, again, want some flowers or something. Like with the key hanging, maybe. Or some fabric of some sort. I don't know if I want too much. Maybe just the flowers. Bring in a touch of gold, because that could go there. And we could also have the key like so. Do I want it in that? Have I got any in black? I've been using a lot of my black, which again you would have seen. I don't think I've got any more black ones. Okay, I'm really going through these flowers. I do have another one of these though. I could use this. This is good. Let's use this. Maybe some fabric. I don't want to bulk it up too much because we obviously need to be able to open this and write on it. So I don't want it too crazy. I just feel like that should be the key to the church. Really don't know if I like it now. I cut that key out to use on here, and now I'm looking at it thinking, do I like it? Could always go that way, couldn't it? No, that's just doing things to my brain. I don't like that. Or I just leave the key on there. Should we just leave the key, guys? Should we not mess about with it too much and just... And now I say that and I'm picking the flower back up. Maybe I need the flower to the side like that. I think I just like the key. So I'm going to stop messing about with it. And I'm going to grab... I think I want a brad. Even though, again, I should have put this brad on before I glued it down. But that's okay. I think I want a brad holding that key. Not a heart, not a flower or a star. Have I not got a circular one in the antique? I've got lots of them in the silver. Just quickly look. I've got them in the gold. You can tell which colour I use the most, can't you? Because that's the one that's gone. I've got it in this brown. That could be a possibility. I really don't want it in the gold. I really don't think I do. No, that is too bright. Obviously, I could use alcohol inks or something on it. I think we're going to have to go for this brown because I can't find any in the beautiful antique colour that I really love. Oh, oh, oh. The magnet just got attracted to it. So there we go. There's that. So let us put a hole in here. And it needs to go all the way through. And before I do that, what am I doing? I almost forgot. I am going to actually emboss this. I am going to use the Tim Holtz embossing glaze vintage photo, and that's what I want to do to it as well. Now, where is my embossing pad? Here we go, my Versamark. So I knew there was something else I wanted to do to this key. So I am going to do this, and then I'm going to put a hole through it and put the brad on it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to heat this off camera and I will be back. So I embossed the key. You can see there. It's lovely and glossy. And I think I've worked out what I want on here. So I think I want... because I want something. Now, I could use stamping. That would be the easiest thing to use. But I think I'm going to use some texture paste on here. And I'm going to use the Gothic Script stencil by Tim Holtz, because I think it kind of goes, you know, the old prayer books and things. And I'm using my black texture paste. And I just want this on here. I just needed something on that background. I know, it seems a bit silly, but I just needed something on there. Oh, yes. That is what it was missing, guys. Just needed a tad bit of texture. Reminds me of the old prayer books, you know. Have you seen the Book of Kells, guys? The Irish illuminated manuscript. Oh, that's so pretty. But yeah, it reminds me of that. The work that went into these books. the illustrations and everything. Oh, so beautiful. Very talented. And how they did it in candlelight as well. I mean, their eyesight must have been awful. That's what it needed. So you can see that. That's going to need to dry a little bit. Let us grab the key and my pokey tool. I'm also going to have to poke a hole through there, but we'll do it through here first. So we're going to do that. And then that will go on there and it will be movable. So let me heat this texture paste so that it's dry and we can do the last bits. Okay, so that is now dry and I need to put this on here and stick the hole all the way through. Now again, I really should have done this before I completely stuck it down. But that's okay. That's going to be over there a little bit. Okay. And because that's there, let's just put a little bit of washi, some of the Tim Holtz. I've got this, we could use the blue or the green, really. I like the green. So that's what I'm going with. And I'm going to kind of do it at a bit of an angle and fray it. This is his fabric tape. And that will cover up the brad. Just fray it a little bit. And then that will cover. Hoping it won't get in the way of the magnet. That's what I'm hoping. No, it still sticks. Woo! Thank goodness for that, hey guys. Thank goodness. So yeah, so that is in there. So it still looks nice. Although I feel like let's scrunch it up a bit more. So that looks nice. We've got our key that we can move to the side so it is movable. We can open that up and write on it. Close that down and lock that church. And now the only thing missing is we need some fabric at the top. Now, obviously, I could put a hole through there like a brad, but I don't really want to. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to stitch some fabric and stuff. Let's bring in a little bit more of this cheesecloth. I'm going to stitch it on the top there. So I'm hoping, again, we're not going to get in the way of the magnet. Let me see. If I put some stuff, I wanted more of the grey. Let's have more of the grey, which is more here. I'm going to use all the scraps anyway, so it doesn't bother me if I'm cutting into it at a strange angle. So we're going to have some of this. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to work out if this is all going to fit. So we've got some of this, maybe a little bit of this because it's got like the bluey purple that I like. So some of this. Let's close that up and see. Right, that's still, at the moment, that will still close with the magnet. You've just got to be so careful with magnets that you're not using too many layers between them. It really does depend how strong your magnet is. I want some of this black. Yeah, you just need to be careful that you don't use too many layers. Because otherwise, what's the point of using the magnets, guys? Because they won't actually work. So something like that. Will that still work? Yes, that'll still hold. So I am going to go stitch this. It needs a bit of ripping in places too. I'm going to go stitch this on to here. So it will be inside, but we'll still get our tab, which, you know, is important. Is it? I don't know, but it is for me. I need a tab, and I like that, and it closes, so I'm going to go stitch that. So here we go, guys, it's finished. You can see I've got my tab up there, but that still magnetizes. I could do some stenciling inside or stamping, but it's finished. So this is what it was inspired by, my tag by Lorraine, which, you know, is just so much fun. And that goes under there. And this is what inspired this make with this kit. So we have the key that moves, and we have the stenciling and a bit of hidden writing space up there. And then we have, just like in Lorraine's, she's done a top tuck and a bottom bit that holds on, that kind of tucks into. And we have a tag, but this one also opens up like so to give you, say it with me guys, more writing space. I like that tucked down so you can see the church better. We have the word apparition, and then Lorraine left her back blank to be written on because writing space, we love it. But this one actually has a little hidden tuck in here that can be written on. I just love the fact that that says curiosity. And then if I wanted, I could add more paper onto the back, but I'm not going to. I like it as is. I just need this to be grungier. I like it as is. And that's today's one. That's day 25. We made another piece of ephemera, but inspired by something else. That's all of the tags that I received from my 2 swap partners in June. I have been inspired to make something for the hashtag Creep on June, which has been fun. I really love this one, guys. I really love just how it's turned out. And that texture paste just added. Anything else was just too much. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back again soon with another video. Only a few more days to go. But until then, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now.